What's up, y'all? Dan back at you with another video, and we have Vesper's Host, which is the Season of the Revenant dungeon. It's finally out. We completed it on contest mode, and now I'm going to give you a little guide about the couple encounters that are going to probably give a lot of teams issues, but this should help, at least get you on the right path to getting your clears. This is for the most part for contest mode. After contest mode, some of these things are not going to be the same thing. For example, there are enraged mechanics, which means you have a set amount of time to do things, a set amount of damage phases to do things before the encounter wipes, no matter what. There's also revive tokens, which is something you normally see in raids and not in dungeons, but this time there are revive tokens. And of course, with contest mode, you are under the power level of -20, which means everything hurts harder. You do a lot less damage. Your survivability is, a lot harder to deal with versus a normal dungeon. Team composition for this dungeon, for the most part, is really free. You can run Warlock, you can run Titan, you can run Hunter. However, whatever you're running needs to be super high burst damage and super high solo ad clear. A lot of this dungeon requires each person to be doing their own thing pretty much the entire time, and you need to be able to stay alive by yourself. You need to be able to kill a lot of really high health targets and really high lethal targets by yourself. If one person is not able to do that, it's going to put a lot of more stress on the other players. So things like Prismatic Hunter is really good here. Having a getaway artist Warlock is also really good here. Using things like Woven Mail, Devour, Restoration, anything that can constantly give you healing while also doing a lot of really high damage in a short time. 1-2 punch shotgun, Consecration, Centoseps, Burning Maul, Banner of War, you name it. Those type of things are what I'm talking about. Those type of things I want to really emphasize. Those type of things are really necessary here. These things hurt. You don't have a lot of time, and with the revive token, one death can be basically a wipe. First encounter has two jobs. There is the scanner, there is the operator. First things first, there's going to be 5 panels in each of these 3 rooms. The scanner is going to drop first. You need to pick up that scanner, and then you're going to go around the room getting near each button, and they're going to either chime in a sound that goes up or a sound that goes down. If the sound goes up, that is one of the panels that the operator needs to shoot. Once all of them are shot that you need to shoot, a core will spawn, and then you're going to pick up the core and you're going to need to take it back to the middle of the room where the encounter starts. All you gotta do is deposit it, but before you deposit it, you're gonna have a big brig that's blocking it. You need to kill that brig so then you can pick up the core and deposit it in the depositing station. All you do is do that 3 times and the encounter is done. There's 2 rooms on the left, 1 room on the right, and you pretty much do the same thing 3 times in each room. A few things to note. All you really need is one person staying in the middle and just dealing with all the enemies and killing the brig. Because of the enraged timer, you don't have a lot of time, so having someone fall back and burn through that brig ASAP is always really good. My team had a tractor 1-2 punch hunter who did that, which made things a lot easier for us, while myself and the 3rd player picked up the scanner and the operator and did the panels, getting the core, bringing it back to the middle. There's not a lot of enemies you have to kill while in those rooms. There's a couple shanks that keep spawning, and when you bring it back to the middle, there's one big marauder you gotta kill. But remember, we can drop this nuke. You can pick it up as often as you like. This is not like DSC where you pick up and you cannot drop it. Once you've done that 3 times, you're pretty much out of this encounter and you're moving on to the next encounter. Here is what a full run of going into one room is going to look like and how you deposit it to the middle.
You put this giant tin bucket here. That's just what it looks like. Alright, I'm gonna actually get scanner this time. I didn't realize it matters what terminal we put it in. It's this one.
Did you catch that?
Alright, I got the next one.
Give me a second and Dan up. I'm depositing in here, Dan, for you. A lot of my weaponry is close range.
It's the same one you hit before. And then this one. This one. This one. Alright, don't, I'll grab it. And hand it off to you. No, I'm handing it off to you. Here, take it. Honestly, there's not much out here. Well, no, I mean on the path.
Oh, that's a big
Whoa!
one! That's a big one!
This is the mother of all brigs! Oh, and it's oh, I don't like the airstrikes you spawn.
It's fine. It's open.
Be ready, Dunk.
Tractor.
Dunk.
He's dead. He's dead. Oh, I might die though.
Engaging sound. Welcome to Vesper Station.
Oh, I got a new gun. I got a rapid fire GL.
I think I got the rocket launcher.
For the next encounter, you're going to be dealing with a lot more close range enemies, and your boss is going to be a close range enemy as well. Team composition can still be whatever you want, although I will highly recommend you're going to be bringing some Titans. Titans that are, stasis or banner of war are really big here because you're going to be surrounded the entire time. So taking advantage of those supers and taking advantage of Centoceps is going to make your life way easier. Hunters can be running, tractor cannon for you with 1-2 punch or gathering storm, and swords are also a really good play here. You could also put on something like Nova Bomb, which is what I ran in one of my runs. Also really good. For the most part, you're gonna be running pretty much a 2-phase, maybe 3-phase comfortably. A couple other choices is also Parasite. So those are your loadouts. Those are what I would suggest. Once contest is gone, you can have tether and stuff, but since you can't have tether in contest mode, these are some of the better choices to have. Once you get in the room, you're gonna just kill some ads for a little time until you get an enemy to spawn, a big boss in the middle. Kill that boss, and then he's going to teleport you up into another area of the encounter. Once you get teleported, you're gonna see the boss. You're gonna also see a lot of small shanks. Kill those shanks, and then sooner or later you're gonna get a suppressor. When you get that suppressor, you're going to need to pick up that suppressor, and then you're going to have to place a clone near the boss. When the boss gets hit by that clone, he will then disperse a lot of small servitors. There's going to be 9 of them. However, there's going to be 2 groups on each side of the boss. There's going to have a number with a name of 2 specific servitors glowing. Those 2 servitors that you see, for example, Servitor 6 and Servitor 9, when you go back downstairs, you need to remember that. There are 9 panels in the bottom room. This is the information you are grabbing. You are grabbing the information for later. Because you're going to need to do this twice. You're going to need to go up, kill all the enemies, grab the suppressor, suppress the boss, and then look at all of the servitors and find out which 2 are the ones that are glowing special. You're gonna go down, add clear, do all of your add clear, and then kill the big guy, teleport back up top, and do it that all again. Once you have 4 callouts, for example, Servitor 1, Servitor 2, and Servitor 8 and 9, you're gonna see a bunch of panels all around the room. All the panels have a number on them. Once you shoot that panel and shoot those numbers correctly, all 4 of them, DPS will begin. However, there's one more thing you can do. There's gonna be one more suppressor in the bottom room with you. You're gonna kill that suppressor, and then you're gonna suppress the boss downstairs in the spawn room. Once you do that 3rd time, DPS is going to actually start. There's going to be a bunch of the small servitors around, and then you're going to have to go to town on all of them. They share damage, so that's why you want to just go to town on damaging them the entire time. You have a very, very, very high chance of keeping surrounded, keeping, you know, banner ward and all that, which is why you want to go into something that can let you do a lot of damage in a short time and not have to really worry about being precise. If you do all that, the biggest issue that I come across is, you know, having someone accidentally shoot the wrong panel or dying up top while trying to suppress the boss. But otherwise, this is a pretty straightforward encounter, pretty cool encounter as well. And as long as you and your teammates go to town on DPS, you should be comfortably 2-phasing, you know, even comfortably 3-phasing most times, as long as everyone does their job correctly. As always, I'm going to let you see one full encounter cycle and see what it looks like with all the comms in motion.
Be careful with when you start grappling them, because it did move a lot of them around my way. I think that's what did it, was the one at the beginning.
I think that was all. Oh, fine, there's some heavy.
That's not in the best spot.
I can get it. Planted. Don't you blow my heavy off. I need that.
Okay, splitting. It is. Oh, okay. 8.
8. 3, 8. 3, 8.
3, 8. Oh, I'm out of special. Let me fix that.
Oh, big guy. Big guy. Oh, he got me.
I cannot. You can? So.
Thank you. Oh, geez. Cracker. I have a res. I have a res.
Wow, we kept our reses that long?
We don't have any more, I don't think.
Yeah. I don't have one. I had to use it early, I think. Crow, you got that?
Yeah, I got it. I just need to get it. There we go.
Oh, we're waiting for Tether to guarantee no bombs.
Decoy planted. Get the safety.
Ow. I have to hang back for a sec.
That's fine. Splitting. He's splitting.
1?
5 and 1. Confirmed.
Okay.
5, 1, 3, 8.
I have to hide.
I'm backing out.
I'm the only one that needs a super. Alright, so 5138. I'm just taking some extra time because I was one shot.
Me.
Alright. 5. Eight. And it's 1-3? Yeah, 1-3. Three.
We don't
One,
need this big guy.
DPS, DPS. Come on. Show me my damage.
We're missing one. We're missing a guy.
Oh, we have to actually kill them.
We have to cut it. I'm out of tractor.
Okay.
There's so many tiny guys.
All researchers
Look, all these tiny guys.
contamination protocols. No life
Oh.
signs detected. They're
Hi,
all
how's it
gone.
going, Ghost?
Might have forgotten about that part.
Once you've done all that, we've gone to the final encounter, the corrupted puppeteer. You know, the Atrax one is back. This is probably the most similar to DSC in certain areas, but I'm going to walk you through the pretty much of step 1, the step 2, and the step 3. Step 1 is getting downstairs. Once you get in the room, Atrax is going to hang out for a bit until you send Atrax downstairs. When you send Atrax downstairs, you're going to have to grab some nuclear cores, one on each side of the room, deposit those cores to break the shield. Once you break the shield, you get teleported back up top. You go into the little area right behind the rally. It boosts you up top, and then you land out on the big arena, and you DPS for about a minute and a half. Pretty straightforward, but there's a lot of moving parts everywhere that you want to really take advantage of. First thing is we want to send Atrax downstairs. Now, in order to do that, we need to first gather all of the cores. And in order to do that, we need to first grab the suppressor, then grab the operator, and grab the scanner. In order to do that, Atrax is going to send out 2 clones, which the suppressor is going to do just like in the last encounter. They're going to suppress them by just walking up to them and sending a clone. When one of those Atraxes, preferably both, are close to that clone, you're going to break the clone by just shooting it, and then those 2 Atraxes, or the one, whichever ones, are going to become damageable. If you do not damage them, if you do not stun them, they're going to walk around with that bubble radiation, just like DSC. When you get the radiation to times 10, you're going to die. They build up really fast. They also go away really quickly, but we want to just, get rid of them as quickly as we can. Every time you take out a group of them, another Vandal is going to show. The Vandal is going to have the suppressor, is going to have the operator, and is going to have the scanner. So you basically break both of them, kill them. A Vandal spawns, kill that, and then he sends out 2 new guys. Kill them, then he sends out the next one, so on and so forth. You do that until all of the buffs have been sent out, and then you move on to doing what I like to call the run. Around the room, there are 4 pillars. Each of them have a number, 1, 2, 3, 4. The scanner is going to pick up their buff and walk near each of the buffs. The runner is going to go by each of the pillars. Each pillar is going to either make a high-pitched sound or a low-pitched sound. Also on your map, you're going to see 4 little yellow icons when you have the scanner. Obviously, you're going to walk near all 4 of them. Only one of them is going to stay lit up, and that's the one that the operator needs to go destroy all of the plates around the walls. When you look on the pillars, whichever one is the correct one, you're going to look around the pillar until you see the blue number. The blue number is going to tell you 1, 2, 3, 4. For example, if you go to a pillar and it registers a high-pitched sound and that one shows a 4, you're going to then have the operator go around the room and shoot 4 panels that have the number 4 on them. Once you do that, you're going to deposit your buffs all in the terminals. Then the boss is going to leave, all the enemies are going to despawn, and then you're going to jump down the new doors, the new elevators, to go down and then follow, just follow the lights, the glowing lights, follow them into a room. Once you get in that room, you're going to have 4 Atraxes, just like the Atrax encounter in DSC, one on the right, one on the left, one on top, one on bottom. But in order to call them out, you're going to have the operator go in and shoot 4 panels around the room that only they can shoot. Once you shoot those 4, obviously you want to toss your buff back in the terminal because you no longer need it. All the guys will show up. When they show up, you just want to go around with a scanner, and then same thing as the top room, just go around and check each of the Atraxes until one of them has a sound that goes off that is high pitch. It'll let you know that that's the right one, like a ding. Once that happens, all you're going to do is have everyone's going to burst damage that one down, because when you burst that one down, they will drop a nuke. You pick up that nuke, you go into the newly opened doors in the middle of the bottom of the room, and there's going to be one little box that you deposit at. Deposit there, and then everyone needs to get inside before you deposit, because those doors will close. And then once they close, everything in the room is going to die, and then the shield is going to be broken in half. Once you do that, the doors will open back up, and then you go out, follow the pathway, go to the other side of the room downstairs. This is pretty much just gonna do the exact same thing you just did again. We like to call it blue and orange. You know, if one side is if you're going to one side and it's blue, obviously you're gonna then go to orange. If you don't know where to go, just follow the glowing 3 red lights. That tells you where the active Atrax is. Just follow that path. It is a lot of information. So up until this point, I'm gonna show you a full run of that all happening up until this point.
I have Heavy Finder on too. Same. I just don't get it. Oh no, wait, no, I'm thinking Cenotaph. Maybe I do put that on. I thought I did have it on.
Wait, hold on, my radiation. I got more special on me, if you ever need it. Scanner on front right.
Alright, turret is... Whoa!
Both broken.
Whew! I should have died right there.
Operator on right with Crow.
Yep. Got it. You said 1?
More special.
One is the one that's in a lot of weird spots.
In the lower staff.
3 makes no sense to me.
What's that? Oh, hi. Oh.
The Marauder didn't miss. I thought my melee... I actually used my melee earlier than usual, so I had my entire thing messed up. Now I have no healing right now. Here, let me get some real quick.
Want me to bide our time a little bit?
No, I'm good now.
Dang good.
Do it.
Oh shoot, radiation. Yeah. Why are there benches in here?
We need to take a load off.
Hi.
Alright, time for Dan and I to farm up ammo. You want to go first, or you want me to? Do it.
I just got it. There you go.
Hellion, you are being very useless right now.
Okay, we're going. Oh. As soon as they get past. There we go.
It should.
I need a few bricks of special.
We should be covered heavy-wise.
That works.
At this point, you're ready to go up for DPS. You can spend this time actually waiting, you know, do some special finishers, do some heavy ammo finishers, or you can just wait if someone doesn't have their super, their well, their golden gun, whatever. At this point, there's nothing but stopping you from just going up and just being prepared to DPS. So take it slow. You've gotten this far. DPS is the quote unquote easy part. Getting there is obviously the tedious and hard part. A big thing to note, I'm not going to talk about DPS options. I will just tell you what me and my team found the most consistent. A lot of teams out there have been using Grand Overture. A lot of teams have been using Anarchy with like snipers and Still Hunt. A lot of teams have been using bait and switch GLs. A lot of people have been using Leviathan's Breath. All those options are viable. We've tried them all. We found what works best for us, but a lot of teams have killed this boss with a lot of different choices. If you're coming here trying to find out what DPS is going to let you cook the hardest, I gotta say they all do practically the same. We did about half health with levies. We did about half health with bait and switch. We also did a lot of damage with Grand Overture, even though we didn't try it a lot. DPS is not your problem. The problem will be being able to be consistent and spending the entire minute, a minute 15 seconds damaging the entire time and burning through all your ammo. Sooner or later, you will run out of ammo, which at that point, you should definitely have a backup weapon like Outbreak perfected. Outbreak in a 2-person or a 3-person fire team right here, especially at the end, is really good, especially because of it being an exotic primary. You can have it generate a lot of super energy for an additional golden gun or a well. You can see in a lot of our clips that this pretty much helps us get the clear because I'm able to get more super energy when I need it, or it helps someone else get into another super for their golden gun. For DPS, as you'll see, there's a big front tanker that you want to place your well on. Is pretty much the only place that we found that you can stand on in the area and not die, because it's a bit elevated, and if you run it with Sever from Navigator to sever the boss, he does less damage to you. Also with Speaker Sight, you just have more like health regeneration, health restoration, and it allows you to have a very consistent DPS phase where you don't really have too many deaths. Once the well runs out, you can go back to the middle of the arena and you kind of stay in the middle and just jump up a few times, and then you're pretty much good for the rest of the phase until you need to pick up the core and leave. This is where DPS can get a little tricky. Right after the well goes out, after about 35 seconds, Atrite's going to send a lot of fire down. At that point, it's also going to send out a specific clone that you need to kill. Killing that thing drops a core that you need to bring inside the room with you and deposit into that core just like earlier. Doing that closes the doors and allows you to extend damage for another 30 seconds before you have to actually leave. This is huge because the difference is a lot of damage, and if I'm not mistaken, you have to do this because you cannot go back downstairs until you've done this. After you deposited the core and after you have, done all your big DPS, pull out Outbreak, and then also focus on standing in the well if you have it, or just standing in the middle of the stairs and peeking out and damage. Because you want to damage the entire time, this is a lot safer because you have no well anymore, but also sooner or later the entire floor comes back with a full one-shot fire that will not, you won't survive it. So when you want to damage, but once that fire comes down, you need to go back and hide inside. Only for about 2 seconds, then come out and keep damage. It's a lot better to have nobody die and do some passive damage than try to go, Rambo on boss damage. At this point, it's just putting some damage out and living through the phase. We have to do this entire thing 3 times to kill him. This is contest, by the way. honestly, at this point, is just getting your reps in. One of the things that me and my team just really push is just getting our reps in, because it's going to come down to, can all 3 players pump out consistent, solid DPS and having just everything go right in your strategy. You know, one thing I always ended up doing is I know when I need to do this, when I need to do that. My teammates knew that they had to do this and that at the exact same moment. And you can use the well as a timer. Place that well, you know, pop everything you have to pop. The moment the well's coming out, at the same time, you need to pop your super, because the clones is about to show up. Everyone should move to the middle. Have the other person, one of the people that has a roaming super all the clones, because you want to have well super energy as well. So have your, for example, hunter or your extra warlock or your titan, whoever that is not running well and not running a golden gun, to just pop a roaming super and burn everyone real quickly, so they can make extra orbs for the well and for the golden gun, because those are going to be really beneficial for that extra damage phase when you're using outbreak. So make sure you have that going. I've seen a lot of teams really struggle after that first 30 seconds, and that helps a lot, having an additional super and the well. You know, we want to make sure, most important thing is making sure you have radiant the entire time, making sure you have debuffs the entire time. That debuff is, you know, with the grenade launcher is 15%. That radiant is 25%. Don't forget those solar surges, those void surges on your boots. I prefer, and my teammates all did, we ran triple surges on our boots. We didn't care about anything else. We had our armor charges, then we had solar charges and void charge, whatever charges you had to match your heavy. Make sure you're running triple of those. You need every little bit of damage possible. No need to run anything else. Having a pair of boots to hot swap is crucial, so you don't mess up your builds trying to do, you know, loadout swaps. All you gotta do is have very minimal swaps. I'm gonna show you 2 full cycles of DPS so you can get a feel of it. You're gonna see us pretty much all do the exact same thing at the exact same time, because it's very consistent. And we also didn't do our best damage. A couple times we did half of his health in one phase, but this was very consistent. And again, it's just getting through the 3 phases with everyone doing their job.
I don't like thinking of it that way.
Boil.
Dan, whatever you do, do not move left.
That's it. Can't see you.
All right, get safety. I'll get this, and then one of you can run around and grab it after. All right, come and get it whenever.
Oh, gosh, you will die instead.
I'm actually doing really good on ammo. I'm gonna move further up because I need to be able to hit.
I hear guys going right, I think. Yep, going right.
I'm gonna go.
Up a little bit out of order. That's fine.
Right.
Wells out, wells out.
All right, let's go. Bring it home. I have a grenade.
I have Goldie for when we're done here.
Do it now. Get in. Good damage.
My leg!
Alright, time to sit up.
The right side. Kept on well. Well's up. There's a guy behind us, be careful.
I'm getting nukes,
Middle, get in the middle.
Nuke up. I'm gonna keep back clearing. Someone else grab it. Okay, let's go.
I got one last shot in. Get out of here.
Alright, reload everything. Ooh, heavy brick! I didn't need it, but that's a good sign.
I will get the Goldie off here well. Yeah, I'll get the Goldie off here well. I got the Goldie.
Yes!
There we go.
Hell yes!
Icebreaker.
Dan, did you not get it? Oh, it didn't show in the feed.
I didn't see it. Wait, why can't I collect this data back here?
While it might not have been our best damage, it was definitely one of our most consistent from across the board in all three phases. Every single person did the exact same thing when necessary, when needed to, and that doesn't take into account, you know, we could have done more damage, but consistency is key. So that goes into whatever you're using. You can use Izanagi GLs, you can use, you know, Grand Overture, you can use Leviathan's Breath, whatever you're going to use, you and your team, you need to have a plan and stick to it and make sure everyone knows what they're doing from the moment they get into that little section to get launched into the sky to the moment you jump down. Everyone needs to be on their P's and Q's. Everyone needs to, you know, understand what I'm doing at this moment, what I'm doing at this moment, what I'm doing at this moment. No one should be out of position because it will get you killed. It will get you destroyed. And DPS is, you know, very, very, very high. He has like 15, 16 million health, and you only have 3 phases to do it, under leveled. You can do it though. I believe in you. Take this guide and share it with your communities, share it with your friends. If you are struggling to get through this and you want that contest mode emblem, you still got another, you know, 24 plus hours to go. I would highly recommend getting those reps in with your teammates. No matter what you're going to use, just have, you know, somewhat of a plan with you and your fire team. What I would highly recommend is running a Cenotaph Warlock for heavy, because you're going to be burning through heavy a lot. You never want to go into a damage phase where someone doesn't have max ammo. So what you can do is pick up the suppressor in those small areas down below and make sure that you suppress additional enemies over and over, and just get heavy and farm heavy that way. That'll just make sure that you and your fire team have heavy for every damage phase maxed out. Hopefully this helps you and your fire team. I would love to see more people get their, day one 48-hour contest mode completions. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter or Discord, but leave your comments in the comment section. Hopefully this helps you. If it did, let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.